This tutorial is for the block stitch. It's a stitch that's the same on both sides if you want a reversible blanket or scarf. I'm using double knit yarn and a 5.5mm hook for this one. We need to start with a multiple of 4 stitches plus 1 stitch. You could make this this design with more than 2 colours if you wanted to bring in an extra colour, but for this one I'm just going to use the 2 shades. So I'm only going to make a sample swatch, so I'm going to chain 25 to start mine, which is the 24 in blocks of 4 and then the added 1 chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and the extra chain, which is 25. We're now going to work a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So we've got 1, 2, 3, there's the 4th. So yarn over into the stitch, pick up the loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and then 2 chain, and then we're going to skip the next 2 chains, 1 and 2, and work a double in each of the next 2. Chain 2, skip 2 chains and work a double in each of the next 2 stitches. There's 1 and 2. 2 chain, and again I'm going to skip 2 stitches and work a double in each of the next 2. Chain 2, skip 2 chains and a double in each of the next 2. 2 chain, skip 2 and a double into each of the next 2. You carry on all the way along your chain until you come to the end, and you'll have 1 chain spare. In that chain we just work 1 double. So you'll have the blocks of 2 going along. We now turn to the other side, and with the same colour we're going to work 1 chain and a single crochet into the 1st stitch. Chain 2, skip the 2 doubles from the previous round. We're going to now work the doubles into the skipped chains from the foundation row. So down into the chain and work a double. So it's actually working it into the chain and over the 2 chain from the previous row. So yarn over, down in front of the 2 chain space, pick up the loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Chain 2, and again skip the 2 doubles and work a double into each of these 2 skipped stitches from the foundation row. Chain 2, skip the 2 doubles and work into the skipped chains, 1 and 2, chain 2, skip the 2 doubles and work a double into each of the 2 skipped, oh, it's gone a bit loose, each of the 2 skipped chains. Chain 2, skip the 2 doubles and work the 2 doubles into the skipped chains. Chain 2, and then into the very last stitch we're going to work a single crochet. I'm going to turn the work and now introduce the second colour. So with the loop still on the hook, I'm going to slip knot the second colour onto the hook. And then slip that knot through the loop. I'm not going to cut off the yarn between rows because it's only going 2 rows in between each one. You can actually work the thread up the side. It just saves having lots and lots of ends to work in when you've finished. And when the project is complete, I would actually put a border all the way around, which would probably be just a single crochet in each stitch and each of the rows going upwards. So with the new colour, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet into that same stitch at the side. We're now going to work doubles into the stitches that we missed on this row here. So over the 2 chains and into the 2 stitches, so we're actually working over the chain row from the previous, the chain space from the previous row, and work 1 double and 1 double into the next double. Oops, I've gone into the right one there. And a double into the next. Then work 2 chain. We're going to skip these 2 doubles from the previous row, and we're going to work a double in each of these 2 from the first row. So down into the stitch and work the 2 doubles. Going to chain 2 and again skip the 2 doubles and work into the top of the 2 doubles underneath the 2 chain space. So there's 1 and 2. Chain 2 and again skip the next 2 and work into the top of the 2 doubles from the first row of the camel colour. Chain 2, skip 2 and work into the tops of the 2 doubles. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, work into the tops of the 2 doubles, and then we're going to just single crochet into the last stitch. So your work will look like this. We then turn over, and exactly the same, we're going to chain 1 and a single crochet into that same stitch. We're now going to chain 2 and work into the top of the 2 doubles from the original colour, and again into the next, followed by chain 2, skip 2 doubles and work 2 doubles into the top of the 2 doubles, chain 2, skip 2, work 2 doubles, 1 in each of the next 2, chain 2, skip 2 and again the 2 doubles, chain 2, skip 2 and 1 double in each of the next 2, chain 2, and again we're going to single crochet into the final stitch. Turn over, and at this point, if you wanted to add in a third colour, you could work, if you wanted to work a rainbow colour, you could change colour each 2 rows, but you would need to do 2 rows in each colour. For my project, I'm just going to use the 2 colours, so I'm going to pick up a loop with the colour 1, pull the stitch tight and chain 1, single crochet into that same first stitch, and we're back again ready to do the 2 doubles into the top of the first row in colour B. So we've got 1 and 2. When I get to the end of this row, I'll show you how to do the final row of the project to finish it off. So we've got 2 chain, and we're going to work the 2 doubles. So from now, that 2 row pattern forms the pattern repeat. So you would just keep working 2 rows in each colour until you reach the desired length of your project. And the final 2 doubles, followed by a single into the final stitch. So we'll imagine that the project is as long as I need it to be, and I'm going to do the final row, which is just slightly different to the other rows, and just so that we don't end up with any gaps at the top if you're making a blanket or a scarf. So again, we start with the chain and a single into the first stitch. we're going to we're going to now work a single in each of the 2 doubles, the ones that we would normally skip, and then we'll work a double in each of the doubles under the chain space, and then work a single into the next 2 stitches and a double into the next 2. So on the final row you're not going to work any chain stitches at all. We're just working a single into each of the doubles and a double over the chain space into the row below. 2 singles and again the 2 doubles, 2 singles and 2 doubles, and you would just carry on in the same way all the way along until you reach the end where we've got the 3 stitches, and we'll just do the 3 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, and a final single into the last stitch. And at that point we would fasten off the yarn, and it gives a nice neat edge on the opposite end. So we've got on this one the 2 rows, the 2 rows, 2 rows and 2 rows. If this was the last one we would work the singles rather than the doubles. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.